one. So I really like the Zeus pick here. I think it's perfect. And they are forced into the Clockwork pick, and HOT6 has already covered them with the Rubik pick. Now, Dazzle will make Zeus a little bit hard to deal with, but I think the HOT6 draft here has just really been on point.
I agree.
They covered their bases. They have what the heroes they want. They've got the damage. Everything's synergistic. It looks great.
They got the synergy. They got the counters already lined up before even the picks came out. And I agree with you. It all looks good. The problem is the numbers. When you look at Zeus, he's already 0-4 at TI5. Something hasn't worked right for a lot of people. I know I've seen at least a couple of Zeus Bloodseekers so far. Maybe HOT6 will finally get a win for the little Mario man here. We'll have to see.
Well, it's entirely possible the win rate's low because HOT6 is a team that's picking them a lot. You know, they've played a bunch of games before this. They've had 4 matches before this one started. That's 8 games. And if you're losing all your games and Zeus is in your strats, his numbers are going to be pretty poor. But I feel like
keep picking him.
I'm not saying that, you know, it could be other reasons. Them losing with Zeus isn't necessarily because Zeus is bad. It could just be because their team is not winning against the better teams. It could be that simple. But I feel like Zeus does good work with Bloodseeker. It's synergistic there, definitely.
It's perfect here with the Bloodseeker. You're against a PL. I agree. The stars align. This is the time to pull out something like a Zeus Bloodseeker now. So I don't fault them on that. And they definitely know that even if it hasn't worked out for them in the past, if they feel it's the right time, they will go for it. Maybe not the Shadow Fiend, but the Zeus, they will. So.
And in this game, they ban out the TA. I believe the last time I saw HOT6 play, I think they were against EG, actually. Maybe EG, maybe a different team, but I think it was a TA against the Zeus, and it seems like to be the really good pick. Even though you can break through his refractions pretty fast with Static Field, you know, Zeus is very weak to physical damage, and his mobility is not very good either, so TA is pretty good against him. So HOT6 gets their last pick. It's going to be an offlane hero. Clock's gone. Undyne's still in the pool.
Darkseer's still in the pool. I don't know how much that really adds to this game.
It's okay versus Bloodseeker. It'll help find the PL illusion. I think I do actually really like Undyne this game. Witch Doctor's low armor, Dazzle's low armor. They've got good range attack, and PL can easily focus the Tombstone, but you know, it might help you secure those kills. You basically need like a slow...
Oh! All right, the roles have changed here. Who is this? An offlane Zeus? Or are they doing aggro? What is happening?
Could be support Zeus also.
All right, well, they flipped the script there at the end. I thought they were going to be passing altogether on the Shadow Fiend, even being on Radiant side, but they have saved it for the end and have decided to change things up. It's
good versus PL. You can clear him out, clear the illusions out. You'll reduce his damage pretty heavily just by popping your ult and the damage of the illusions. Interesting. I'm going to guess it's support Rubik Lina, I would assume. With... I don't know if they're aggro tri-laning. I'm not really sure. MP picks a Shadow Fiend. That'll be their mid. I assume Frev's playing Bloodseeker with Sunbee on Zeus. Yeah, Sunbee will be playing Zeus, so potentially off-lane Zeus.
I'm not a fan of the off-lane Zeus purge, I have to tell you.
I think it's okay, but they're going to have to block the camps. Otherwise, the pull will completely keep Zeus level 1. So I think that's the important thing. They might also go do an aggro and do Zeus safe lane versus Clock, but I've never seen Sunbee play Zeus. I'm not saying he can't do it, but Zeus safe lane versus Clock doesn't sound like a good Zeus matchup at all, so I'm going to assume it's off lane, maybe dual off lane with a Rubik.
Yeah, dual off lane might be enough to help out so Zeus doesn't have too hard of a time in the off lane, and as you said, he can't really match up in a solo safe lane get up here.
And MP against Razor mid again, or against CTY mid again, and it's in a matchup where I feel like Razor has a bit of advantage early game, but it comes on the first couple Yes.
Yeah. Okay, this is it, though. This is their chance if they want to walk away from this series 1-1, and that would mean EHOME for their first 5 series would be tied all the way through. Oh, here we go. This is that thing I'm talking about, ROTK. This time he has the ward.
Okay.
TP's right to the bottom lane and tries to get that quick block or that quick vision advantage. The last time I saw him do this, he actually forgot the ward, but looks like this time he's got it at the ready, and he'll get things started here. But here we go, folks. It's game number 2 of a best of 2. We already have EHOME up with the first game here. They're trying to secure 3 points with a 2-0 shutout. HOT6 is trying to get their second point of TI5 by at least making this series a draw here. And we'll see the lane slowly set up. It looks like Sunbee is going to be rolling with the off-lane Zeus. He goes there early and plants down the sentry and an obs, one on each side here, Purge.
I think...
An obs to block that doesn't even really provide a lot of view.
Let's take a look. Zero vision.
That's nothing. Okay, that's a lost obs right there just to secure this pole camp.
But like I said, it's really important that he gets experience here. I think you can kill this with just one sentry ward, because I'm quite sure that one sentry in the little tree right here is able to catch both of those. And if they find it, I mean, this one's very well known. They can kill the tree and find it. I feel like they're going to be able to deward this. If they aggro try, I guess it's not a big deal. And right now the supports are all bought, surprisingly. Are they just trying to get an easy first blood?
Oh, they're going to go in a head-on crash right here. What team's going to look to pull back first? They get the telekinesis, pull back onto ROTK. He'll pop the cogs, which will bump Heen. But that's all space now. CTY is going to be picking it up. And yeah, that's both sides grabbing the rune on the side of EHOME here. Phantom Lancer getting this top one will take it right to his top lane.
So life's a little harder for the Shadow Fiend once again. Luckily, Jarex does catch the block a little bit, but the block looks like it's going to be a lot better on EHOME. And they actually both place Observer wards on the high ground. Very important, actually, because then you can see when the Razor's running up. And this time, they keep Jarex mid to help Shadow Fiend get his first last hits.
Yeah, DDC for now looks like he will head up to the top lane here. They recognize it's the Zeus off lane, and with DDC being there, they might be able to zone him back and at least work with those pull camps or remove the block or whatever it needs to be. PL, not really a big fan of the one-on-one matchup against the Zeus, so he is going to need that extra bit of assistance. But look at the dual lane setup here in the bottom lane. Heen on the Lina with that real long range is, sneaking in some quick CS and some quick last hits and being able to get some good harassment onto ROTK. But he's got his own partner here in Lanham, so interesting lane setup from both sides.
All right, Sunby getting zoned from DDC now, so the block's at the moment not a big deal since it's dual lanes for both teams. But the shift from Jarex is, and they missed the block, or the D-ward just barely on the safe lane, so that's tough for them. That means they're going to be limited on their experience gain, and they know that they're in the area, so this creep wave needs to push up before they can get a kill for sure.
Yeah, this is always that kind of awkward position when you got both supports down here to zone back, but the creep wave is kind of pushed forward and you don't have a pole camp to work with. You're just kind of hoping maybe you can interject into this lane and try to make a big presence for yourself. Otherwise, you're just there sapping some XP and not really getting a whole lot done. They're trying to stay far enough away so Forever will get some solo XP and they don't have to intrude too much. And it looks like the intimidation factor is working enough where, yeah, Lanham and ROTK probably get a glimpse of them and they decide to step back.
Yeah, I think that was fairly worth it. Yeah, RTK is going to shift into a solo position now. He actually didn't even get a full level out of that, so I think that's actually kind of okay for MVP. On the mid lane, how's it going? 5 CS for the Shadow Fiend and 9 for Razor, and he saps a lot of damage here.
Just whipping him on back right there. We saw the top rune was quickly snagged up from Zeus, a haste rune at that. He'll take that in front of DDC and walk away. And back on bottom. Oh, Forev caught in the cogs right in the tower here, so he's going to eat some early harassment. Forces out Heen and LSA. And they'll just kind of continue to trade here, but ROTK showing Forev, hey, don't get too comfortable pushing on forward. I'll snag you and catch you out of this tower. Well, look at this top lane. DDC looking for Sunby.
I like his Sunby's positioning is really good here.
He's going to see him? Yeah.
He'll see him, I think, as he passes pass.
Yeah, I see ya. Get rid of that clarity.
TP.
And he TP's all the way back to base, not just back to the tower. He's pretty low on resources, so he's going to heal up and head the way back.
He's using some tricks here, but it's not quite doing enough, I think. I mean, DDC's zoning him decently, level 2 on Zeus, 2.5 or so. And RTK, I guess, is about the same on the other side, but he's got quite a few more last hits than Zeus, and Zeus doesn't even have boots yet, so it's going pretty even across the map. Shadow Fiend up to 11 CS, CTY at 14, so this is going to be a much more comparable 1v1 mid.
Yeah. Ain't going to be easy to gank either side, though. I mean, Jarex is flirting with the mid lane a bit. I mean, he could sit around to do some stacks, but if he's planning on rushing forward and getting a quick telekinesis pull, that's not going to be so easy with this vision that CTY did put down in the mid lane. He'll be able to see into the high ground, at least during the daytime for sure, and see if Jarex wants to kind of come in and cause any problems.
And they ultimately use 3 sentry wards to deward that observer on the pole camp. So on the bright side, as the minute ticks over, Jarex can finally shift back down there and start doing pulls of his own.
Looks like he's heading en route for that right now, as we are going to see continued trade here. Look at this. They're even giving the Blood Rage to Heen so he can get that long-range harassment. Even a Dragon Slave trying anything they can to keep ROTK backing away, but this creep equilibrium is just continuing to be right under his tower because of those cog blocks, and he's going to continue to get the levels. Almost at level 4. You compare that now. Oh, hold on. They get a nice connection, LSA. Forever moves in. He's going to chunk him down.
He's got a cog.
But he doesn't follow it up. Worried about the battery assault and the tower damage. Doesn't want to pursue. Meanwhile, on the other side, they might make a go here. It looks like Purge onto Sunby. You have Lanham, who drops down a pretty aggressive obs. Look at this. ZYF. Yeah, he just doppelgangers right to the trees. They scout him out. They got the Maldic. This Zeus is dead. And that is your first blood, and it's going to go to DDC.
So an easy kill over there. I like that Forev played safe, going for the dive there. It looked like the obvious kill, but he knew he had cogs. And worst case, it ends up with him pushing in trees and solo dying versus a clock, which can't happen. So, and even still, he's zoned. So Sunby going to find the observer that was just placed. One of the nice benefits of having a Zeus, but he's got to be a little careful here.
Yeah.
Because if he stays too long, he will get killed as they rotate over.
And they're just going to get so much free damage on this tier 1. This is going to be a
little likely die from this.
Yeah. They're going to cut it down. This is going to be a quick boost for everyone on the side of EHOME here. Specifically CTY in general. He continues to whip back MP. Look at this. Oh, big damage. Oh, he's a hungry boy. He thought about going in, but couldn't get the catch. A little sidestep into the fog, and CTY is going to eat a lot of harassment on the way out.
So tower finally dies top. They will deward this ward eventually, but it's done its job. They got a kill out of it, and on the bright side for Sunby, though, this will guarantee him some experience.
Yeah. Get a free lane to work with, no problem. Back at bottom lane, Jarek shows up once more. They're going to lead out. They get the lift into the blood right. Wonderful combo. And they're going to get the connection LSA. ROTK should go down here. That was a nice little choreographed routine that they had set up there.
They pulled into the stun. They didn't just hold them in place or anything.
Yeah.
They knew exactly what they were doing there. Obviously, two supports that play together a lot.
Wonderful ballet executed from HOT6 there at the bottom to get the connection onto ROTK. Gets themselves on the board. This game evened up now 1-1. Getting ready to approach that 6-minute mark as the runes will spawn. MP already attending the bottom one here. Over on the other side, Lanham and ZYF. Look how deep these two are. Almost scouting out for someone to kind of walk back through the mid lane or a courier or something. Not going to find anything out. CTY instead, he's just going to go ahead and pressure this lane a bit. As MP does make his return.
They don't expect this.
They're cutting the lane even to get more pressure on the tier 1.
I don't think this was their intent here. They wanted to sneak around and go for the Shadow Fiend that was missing. Like almost every top team, if there's a Shadow Fiend and he's not in the lane, they know exactly where he is. He's in the jungle. So they just wanted to pass through and go for the kill, but they weren't looking at the clock, and the creep wave spawned and walked right past them. If that didn't happen, if they timed that better, they easily could have gotten that kill on a solo Shadow Fiend. So a little bit unlucky for them, but well, it's not unlucky. It's honestly just a big mistake. They should have looked at the clock before they walked through there.
Well, with that, the kill opportunity is going to be gone. They make their return back to the top lane, at least their DDC does. In conjunction with your PL, they'll continue to get the free farm up there because it looks like Sunby is going to head up mid lane right now. Yeah. So this is a free top lane for PL and EHOME. And CTY sees the Zeus and is like, are you really going to try to stand and swing with me? I will make a committed go. He has a haste room bottled up after all. Could be a bit scary.
Yeah, definitely a little scary for there. But DDC pulled the creep wave back, so he can't just get that free experience top now. So he actually does have to play very scared. And Shadowfiend obviously can just jungle, so this is a good way to get some experience going for Sunby. Unfortunately, the supports can't take it instead, but because the pull camp is back, they can actually start killing that. Though, a new observer ward placed here by EHOME blocks the medium pull-through camp, so if they do pull, they can only do it every 2 minutes, or they face doing a single pull and then pushing the lane.
Yeah. But looks like they're just not going to borrow with the pull for now. They're trying to make their own push here and get some damage on this tier 1. Oh, the first Rupture going to connect onto ROTK. Just happy to run all the way back and behind the wave. Going to eat a Dragon Slave. Not a lot of damage, though, as both he and Jarek still pretty low on the levels as far as supports. But, hey, it's the space created for them to quickly get a finish here on this tier 1. Not going to get stopped. I don't think the glyph was even used for that.
Oh, they're pulling back, but Lena actually left. Might kill ROTK. No, he's battery assault. There's the TP support from DDC, and it was a bit of a waste, actually. Alright, I think that was really good by MVP. I like the Rupture there. I thought it was well used. Guaranteeing a tower, it doesn't get denied, nobody can TP support, all that good stuff. Gives them some gold advantage in the early game that they'll need.
I wonder if they consider now making a move towards this PL, knowing that DDC made that long rotation all over the other side. He's not going to have that Dazzle backup. MP is first, though, to this top lane. He's just trying to relieve the pressure here and take up some of that free lane farm. ZYF. He has the Aquila and a Bracer. Could go for the drums build up first on your PL. Everyone has their own PL style.
They really do. It's all a little different.
I've seen Vlad's. I've seen Mask of Madness. I've seen the Diffusal Rush. Maybe step off for a Yasha first. Everyone has their own way.
I think this is going to be a BOT rush. We saw it earlier. I don't remember what team it was, but one team did it. They just did a really fast BOTs. And the goal was the other 4 heroes on their team would move around the map, and as they would get a kill, he would TP in, and then they would just take the tower afterwards because they'd have a hero advantage. And I'm guessing that because he still has brown boots. If he was going to get boots, he would have gotten them earlier, so I think it's just going to be the BOT rush into possible drum or diffusal blade, I would guess.
No, your Sunby Zeus is level 6. Thundergod's Wrath is online. Not sure if they're looking to utilize it yet for Revs, who continues to jungle farm. with Rupture ready to go. Looks like building into an Ogre Club, possibly a Sage to lead things out, or BKB, we'll have to see, but I'm curious if they're going to look to put that to use. It looks like they could be here. Sunbee rotates away from the mid lane. They're hitting at bottom, but look who's coming in. Yeah, RTK charges into high ground. Going to get one for telekinesis. Nice connection. The hook shot, though. It's going to get the follow-up on the Jarex. Greek TP going to get canceled from your battery assault. He goes down. RTK very low.
Cleanup time.
And Forev is using that low life to just quickly chunk on forward. Gets CTY right at the end of that. Gets a double kill for HOT6, and they take that fight.
Great sacrifice there by Jarex. His positioning was so that if the smoke did come, that they would be able to avoid it. And they didn't see the heroes on the map, and he threw a great telekinesis, great hook shot from RGK to catch up. But, you know, the double kill there, very, very good for Forev. And that puts him at 3 kills now, and he can pressure out the lane a bit.
Just so much quick burst that can fire out from the side of HOT6. Now you got your Lina, and of course Zeus showcasing that first Thunder God's Wrath. RTK was brought down so much, and because everyone gets hit with that Thunder God's Wrath, you could just see Forev go into ridiculous beast mode at that point. And he just is easily able to catch with CTY and gets the quick kill. So there's your classic synergy between your Bloodseeker Zeus combo, and with that he gets a new purse of gold, and HOT6 move ahead as far as kills, 3-2 though. PL was not involved in any of that. He continues to farm up here in the top lane, and he now has those drums.
Okay, so went for the drums first. May still go BOTs, might go for a Diffusal Blade or Yasha first. We'll see. I've even seen some PLs go for more of a right-click build, like a Sanjay and Yasha BKB with Diffusal Blade. Something really, really different and weird. So it could be, who knows, could be anywhere. I think that fight was super important for Zeus, though, because he was pretty much struggling with items, and now he's been able to buy a magic wand, which may seem like a small thing, but during that fight, he was able to bolt once and ult, and that was it. He was out of mana, just because he did sacrifice that offlane. So it's so important that he gets good kill participation, because it's going to make him transition from just a 1 or 2 nuke hero into an actual important core. And if he is able to farm something like a Bloodstone, he's set for the rest of the game. He farms fast, he's able to contribute in team fights, and then he just has to worry about dying, which is a whole problem altogether. But I like the... I'm just really happy for him that he was able to get an assist there.
Early inkling of that Bloodstone and the Soul Ring already, but you're absolutely right. Just needs the itemization so that he can dish out that huge burst that we all know Zeus can do. Top lane, more farm happening here for your PL. Jarex does get a little bit of that me time so he can get to that level 6. The real bread and butter for your Rubik is having that spell steal, and we can see all the options already out there. Looks like Thunder God's Wrath going to go out. They see Lanham. Lanham going to get hit with a Rupture. Oh, goes down. Right at the end, it is going to be Zeus who gets him with the Thunderbolt. Oh, RTK gets blocked from CTY with the hook shot and eats a Rupture instead. He's trying to walk away from trouble. Nice Grave does come out from DDC, so he'll hold in place. MP Requiem still not going to be enough. The Shallow Grave does hold. He gets a heal up now, looking to walk away. Careful of the Arc Lightning. RTK walks the hell out of there. He's still giving a lot of a boost to Forev because of his low life, but they're not able to finish anyone off. Purge.
I liked how they did that really well, though. They were fishing for a kill, so Zeus takes the Blood Rage, he pops the Soul Ring, and he ults. And it gets everybody a bit lower. Obviously, it only does about half the boost for the global spell, but then they know where everybody is, they get the boost on Bloodseeker, and then they get the Rupture target and Vision on them. So I thought that was really well done. They did get a kill, right?
No.
The Witch Doctor. No, they got the...
Oh, you're right. Yeah, the Witch Doctor at the start.
That was all they got out of it, but that first kill, I think, was really important. Another kill basically going to them, and this time Sunbee. So... Oh,
Jarex is the one in trouble top lane. Gets the rotation from Zeus, but it might be too late. No, they did pull back after that Doppelganger, though. Quickly rid of the illusions. And good mindset there for ZYF. Doesn't want to overextend and risk losing his own life for a mere support kill. But you're right, it was a good move in there from HOT6. They did have to commit 3 ultimates to get that one Witch Doctor kill. They were hoping to at least get that ROTK kill at the end, but it did not come.
Any kills are good kills this early in the game if you're not expecting your enemy team to fight.
EHOME, they agree, Purge. They're looking to get a kill themselves, and a big target at that. They're able to take down Forev. A good catch. You see the cogs come out. The first Death Ward get dropped from Lanham and secures the kill. Bloodseeker is going to go down.
And he's doing the BKB rush. I've seen him do this other Bloodseeker games, and the purpose is just to pop BKB, run at your opponents, and they can't do anything about it except for attack you. The Witch Doctor ulti is a good solution against that, as is the Razor ult, but in the early game, it's still going to be a really big threat against heroes like Witch Doctor.
Certainly the case here. Top MVP HOT6 inching on forward here, maybe hoping to get some strong damage themselves. We see the ping from EHOME, possibly considering a defense. Rocket Ori to fly out. No TP rotation quite yet.
All of MVP is coming, by the way.
Yeah, they're backing up this Shadow Fiend that if something does come out of it, they're going to be ready for a fight. Jarek's already creeping on through, scouting out in the head.
Put a ward down, but he's going to get spotted.
He's going to get spotted from that ward. They ping ahead. Does he have his own ward? They saw him drop that ward. Yeah, that's unfortunate for HOT6, but they are able to at least secure that tier 1. And they're going to keep going here. While this is happening, a bit of split push bottom lane. CTY is making it go to tier 1 bottom, which it looks like he will get. And there was pressure coming in from ROTK in the mid lane, but the Zeus does show up and he decides to step back. So for now, just a tier 1 trade between top and bottom.
There's the BOT's purchase for Phantom Lancer. They're across the map on a courier, but they will eventually be there. He has TP'd ice. No,
they get the catch on ROTK. A quick swipe. He even gets the rocket, uses it right in the face of ROTK. Jarek's going to get that quick solo pick. Very nicely done for your Rubik. ROTK down. HOT6 now rotate towards this mid lane to finish off this tier 1. ZYF. 2 ships in the night. They cross right past each other. Purge. Oh, now they see him rupture, but he's easily able to doppelganger up to the high ground and take it away. HOT6 step back. They'll get this tier 1 down. They'll take the extra boost in money.
Their draft is coming together really well. This is what I usually see out of HOT6 when they do their Zeus Bloodseeker strats. They really know how to do it because they've been practicing it for probably months, you know, ever since the qualifier game. They really wanted to make it into TI, and man, they made it work during the qualifiers. You can tell they really know what they're doing, these two heroes.
ZYF and Jarek's. He's going to throw out a Spirit Lance, a quick doppelganger away from the rocket. Jarek's is certainly in trouble. Oh, he's able to get away for now. They're going to put him in a corner. He should end up dropping. Meanwhile, ROTK looking for the next target. Hook shots ahead. He's going to get caught with a rupture here.
Blade Mill.
Continues to run with the Blade Mill active here, trying to dish out the damage on the Forev. They're going to get Sunbeam. That's 2 down all day. Coconut's still going to hit on Forev, but he's a bit too far and a bit too fast. They can't follow it up there, but it is going to be EHOME who do walk away with a quick 2-man drop.
Not good for HOT6 there. Great little cogs catching the Zeus and guaranteeing that kill. That was well done by ROTK. 7, a much better game. Oh, his KDA is not as good as the previous game, but he seems to be playing his role really well this game to me.
Did get that quick D ward, by the way, on the way in that Jarek's had placed in the top lane previously. Okay. So not allowing HOT6 to get any sort of extra intel on the side of EHOME. And they just kind of step back and resume their farm. We look to MP at the bottom now. There's a questionable Shadow Fiend game form in game 1 this time, though. We're looking to step it up. He's got his mech already. He's got the Ogre Club building into a BKB, and it looks like it might be time to pull out the dank stuff here. Heen's got it ready to go. And HOT6 are all together in this mid lane, possibly looking for a good, quick rotation. They have the DD on Forev. Why not put it to use? Actually, it's about to expire, so they won't be able to, but regardless, looks like they're on the prowl.
Yeah, he's got his BKB ready, so MVP is definitely ready to fight. Looks like it'll be a 4-staff for Sunbee. They're moving in the jungle, a little bit of drawing on the map, and they might just find a Razor. This is a pretty good pick. If they can rupture him, they're going to be in a really good spot, but the neutral camp's gone, so he won't be there. Shifts to the rest of the team. Everybody's been missing for too long.
Oh, this is getting a bit awkward. EHOME, no, there's a lot of HOT6 off the radar here, and they have stepped back into a more of a passive position that if something doesn't break out, they will be ready to go.
Smoke will break.
Yeah, they're not going to follow through with anything, it looks like. RTK in a nice spot that if something was to jump out, he could hook shot right in. And HOT6 not going to be able to get a lot out of that smoke, it looks like, because all the meanwhile, still farming on the bottom. ZYF accompanied by Lanham. This PL, after completing his Boots of Travel, already got his Blade of Alacrity plus nearly 700 gold purge. It looks like he's on the way to, I imagine, a Diffusal, if not a Yasha.
I feel like Diffusal's the go-to here. Usually you buy the Yasha just so that you can get from camp to camp faster. But he's already got a drum and a BOTs. That's a huge amount of movement speed. So almost for sure it will be Diffusal. I actually like his skill build a lot. Very few PLs will do this where they max out Phantom Rush. But once you get the 4th level, your illusions are literally OP with Diffusal Blade. They don't stop chasing you. They just keep chasing you down. And the heroes that's really good against are heroes that need mana. And that's Zeus. That's Rubik. Oh. That's all these heroes. He might even get a kill here. We'll see. Big rocket. That might be enough damage.
No. Very close.
I honestly like this skill build. When I first played PL, I thought for sure this is the way to do it. But every single pro player up until this moment has always maxed Doppelganger before Phantom Rush. And I think this just might be the game to go Diffusal and max Phantom Rush.
We'll see if it works out for him. So far, EHOME still neck and neck. 5-5 kills. You look at the net worth, still pretty damn close. XP, maybe slight nod towards EHOME. But for the most part, these teams at a bit of a draw right now. But if the game does proceed here, Purge, we're getting into that mid-game period about 20 minutes in, but if we go for the long game, you're looking at a PL versus a Shadow Fiend Bloodseeker duo. Yeah, Razor too, of course. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's able to stand his ground and do huge siege damage and sap a lot. I mean, who do you think on paper would have the better matchup in the later game?
Razor's pretty good against both Bloodseeker and Shadow Fiend. They're single target carries, or that is, they're only one entity themselves. Also, Fred went for a BKB over something like a Midas. Those items won't necessarily be as high. Like, they both went BKBs actually, so I think this might be a good game for Razor to go Ags Refresher. It looks like a pretty good one for that. He also kind of needs a BKB to stop the Zeus damage, but in the same vein, not really, because anytime that Zeus casts on him, he's going to be taking back a bunch of magic damage of his own. So I think going super late, it's pretty even. Maybe more of an EHOME advantage because of PL being an AoE, and Shadow Fiend having good AoE, but not the best clear in the late game.
It definitely seems like EHOME, just by the way they're playing this game right now, feel more comfortable taking this game longer. It seems like they don't want too much to do with any of these confrontations, while HOT6 are like, we got to get something done. We got this BKB on this Bloodseeker. Let's put it to use. Let's get some blood on our hands and get the job done. While EHOME are like, well, we're just going to split push and farm until we feel it's absolutely necessary to defend. And then maybe we'll consider making a fight with you guys.
Thinking about hooking. Hook goes in on top of MP. Doesn't pop BKB.
Just a mild bump back. Not enough. They're not looking for the follow-up here.
The split push needed to defend against PL. They're going after him. He's going to use Doppelganger. Goes down to the low ground. Fine Teen looking for the nukes. MP's going to channel the ult for the slow. A long time for Doppelganger. Maybe he needs those points. And the stun lands.
They, for a moment there, thought the actual illusion was him, but he ended up doing a Spirit Lance, and that was enough for them to identify what the hell was going on. They get the quick kill, and hey, they get the PL during the split push. Meanwhile, Jarek's in a bit of trouble here, top lane. Too. And Rupture mid lane. I've got action all over the place here. He's looking to move in. CTY gonna be fine. He walks away from the Blood Right. Nothing to really come out of it here. And Jarek's, it looked like he found a place to TP back to safety.
What a weird little couple moments. By the way, just to defend myself, the PL did not have Doppelganger if he had 4 skill points in. He still would have died there. Maybe. Well, I guess he tried to TP. I don't know. But Diffusal Blade Rush, he's almost there, and at some point, as long as he's not against the whole enemy team, he should be able to lock down the kills.
CTY, for now, Ogre Club in hand, maybe saving up the money to finish out his own personal BKB. HOT6 again, moving down this mid lane now. Hoping the split push isn't going to come too severely here from the side of EHOME. They're looking to truck right back at this tier 2 in the mid and finish up what they had started. Zoning them back with the Blood Right. Here comes MP, the real hitter. And he's going to slowly wither it down. Doesn't look like EHOME wants much to do about it. Oh, here comes ROTK rotating in. Is he going to fire off a hook shot here? Is this tower worth it to EHOME? We'll have to see. Good positioning here. Now they're going to get the full scout with the rocket here, but no trigger pulling quite yet.
Lena's a good target. Weave is really high right now, and that's it. Tower ends. I guess they don't feel very comfortable fighting. I think there was no Razor ulti as well. He used it to farm, so he didn't actually have it to defend. Maybe a big mistake, because it's a very marginal increase in farm speed, at least for a small camp. I mean,
yeah,
it's very good against heroes, and it's just okay at jungling, because it does, what, 50 damage a hit? He's already hitting for like 120, so it's not the best farming tool.
Smoke out right now from EHOME at the second that this PL was able to finish off his defusal. Oh, whoa, they got the smoke detector though. Zeus is going to dish out Thunder God's Wrath, and he'll quickly realize that this did not hit anyone. And they're not going passive here. MP is still farming. This is risky right now and very greedy to go for this wave when you know trouble's possibly around. Now they ping it out and he's like, I gotta get the hell out of here, because he sidestepped the hook from ROTK.
Misses.
Well, ROTK will just miss it. Not going to be connecting. MP is going to be able to walk away from trouble, and that smoke gank is not going to lead to anything for EHOME.
That Yasha on the Shadow Fiend paying off big time there. Able to run away from his opponents, and it just looks like HOT6 is playing with EHOME at this point. They're in a very firm win, or advantage at least. They're taking their towers, they're avoiding their ganks, maybe due to some luck, but yeah, just looking really good for them right now. Ooh, we see PL going for a kill on Jax here. There's a lick though.
He's just okay. He's actually almost in trouble himself. He might try to get at least Sun before it. But look at this. He goes down. ZYF. just thought he had an opportunity to make something happen. He pounded the drums like he's like, let's do it. And then he just got his ass beat.
It was an easy solo kill if it was just Rubik, but he was not by himself, and they had the solutions. They really do have the anti-PL heroes, though. Tons of AoE. I mean, they're all vulnerable by themselves, but Frev almost dying 41 HP here on the mid lane. He doesn't even have a way to heal. He could actually just get hit by a creep and die.
If this bird hits him and kills him, and he's trying to actually heal, I would have a giggle. I'm not gonna lie.
He has minus 196 anyway, so hitting a creep is definitely not the right play right now. But if he blood rages, and he's not gonna one shot anything. This catapult, he wants to get it. He's not gonna make it.
He's so desperate for health here. It's like you might as well just go back to the base. He's like, I'm gonna get that range creep, and that's gonna start things off. Yeah, there we go. Hope to God no one's nearby.
They're pinging him.
Get that guy.
And they got Aegis in the meantime. Frev playing really greedy here. Gets another heal, so up to half HP now. He'll be fine.
They pull back and away. EHOME don't really know what's going on here. And yeah, it does feel like HOT6 are kind of just taking control of the whole game. EHOME, at least it seems like, recognize that this isn't their time. This is not fights for them to take, with the exception of ZYF. They're on the bottom. They seem to be a lot more reserved. And definitely not looking to defend their outer towers, at least for now. I guess they're hoping that their PL is just going to bulk up to a point where he'll be able to outmuscle anything that HOT6 kind of dish out their way.
They're doing a decent job keeping MP low, at least. He's down to 500 HP. I feel like this is a run kind of situation. If they don't have an urn, at least, they have no way to get his HP back up to full. And then that's just going to waste your Aegis. But with that said, they could stay and continue. They're going to. There's a rupture.
Surprise for Ev from a Shadow Blade, looking to go right for DDC, who does get the Grave off, so he will not go down. Looking to step back. Grave is going to be stolen here from Jerix. Now, force out from the Cogs is going to be good. Big Requiem, the flyout will finish off DDC. Now, CTY looking to sap up as much damage as possible. BKB's popped all over. MPs will expire first as he retreats back. And look at that. Heen is just going to get slaughtered right there from ZYF. Quick buyback even coming out from DDC. MP looking to stand and trade, but he will end up getting muscled apart. That's just going to be his Aegis life. CTY back on the prowl with his ultimate out in full force. MP, though, going to get surrounded. They're also going to declare out on the Jerix. His last dying breath was a grave on the MP, but it won't matter as he's going to go down. A triple kill for ZYF on the PL. The biggest fight of EHOME so far, and it could lead to even more objectives being done as he just quickly rotates this top lane. Is going to muscle down this tier 2.
I really thought that fight was going to go better for HOT6, but they just got kind of wrecked. Did they not have Thunder God's Wrath? It's 30 seconds from being off cooldown. I feel like he didn't have that for that team fight. Maybe it would have been a bit better. The initiation went on to a Dazzle, and the Dazzle was maybe a little bit too far. I felt like that was, again, a bit of indecision from HOT6. Frev went in on the Bloodseeker, but the rest of his team was kind of far back and not quite in position to profit from that. The only person that was the Lina, and he got hook initiated because he was completely out of position. They saved him with the Force Staff, but then they used all their cooldowns, and it came down to EHOME chasing them without a Zeus ult. So I think they just kind of ran him down there with BKBs and Razor chasing, and that was it. Picked him off one by one.
You can see that HOT6 definitely puts a lot in seeing if they can eliminate DDC out of the equation before they try to clean up the rest, because he has been working overtime with the sustain on his team, but it's proven not to be too easy. So the first big fight of the game really going to go to the side of EHOME on that front, and they followed up with a tower. Makes the biggest net worth boost or return. I mean, up to that point, you can see it. 4K plus advantage for HOT6. Now we're right back the other way. Huge drop in both the gold and the XP front. EHOME maybe not looking to let up quite yet. No more Aegis advantage or nothing. Shadow Fiend is able to finish out his SNY though.
Bloodseeker's thinking about going in on mid. He's sitting here shadow bladed. They actually have a ward, so they can see anything that happens. They don't know that, though. Frev will grab the Bounty Ring, 100 gold to his name, and he's going for the Butterfly build next, which I think is a really good build in this case. He's a bit low on HP, but...
Did they want to hook onto this RTK? Looks like he's thinking about it. He makes the go, though. Ops helps set it up. Bumps back Frev right into the arms of CTY. Thunder God's Wrath going to come on out. Frev's able to easily make it away. Now comes MP, looking to muscle on forward. They get an own D-ward themselves. Back raise going to be off the mark. Both sides trading. A rupture going to be committed. This one is on to CTY, who's going to get healed up from DDC. MP muscles in. Oh, he can't get the Requiem off. A huge death ward from Lanham is not going to allow it. Jarex is able to force himself to the high ground to make it away from trouble. He ain't not going to be so lucky. Here comes ZYF, looking to take him apart. Big doppelganger is going to finish it right there. It's a double kill actually for CTY, who cleans up that one. Somebody trying to run, going to get defused and slowed, turns back to fight. He's going to get dropped. A triple kill for CTY. Look at this freaking coconut fly all the way to the base. What the hell's happening? Boop, around the head of Jarex. But back to mid lane. EHOME clear out 3, and they're looking to go down for this tier 2.
Man, they're just getting run down in their team fights. The Zeus ulti is not really doing a huge amount, probably at least partially because it's an offlane Zeus that's still only level 2, and all these heroes are fairly tanky and they're getting heals in addition to that. So the cores of HOT6 seem to have lost their advantage. They just can't run over EHOME anymore. They need another damage item basically, and an SNY and Shadow Fiend is not going to be enough.
Rev tickles around here with ZYF, goes into Shadow Blade to avoid additional trouble, and Jarex trying to slow down this push with the stolen plasma field. But look at this tier 3 just get withered away. This wasn't even with the CTY ultimate yet. He's going to hold it for now, and EHOME are going to pull back. I wonder if they're going to consider a re-engagement. No, they're just going to go all the way back and farm up. They are very happy with their winnings, taking that big fight, taking that tier 2, and getting the tier 3 mid as well.
Will, MVP needs to take a fight, I guess. Can they catch anybody on the way out? It's going to be tough. There's also good, really, again, amazing wards from EHOME. They always place them in such obscure spots, hard to find. The one on the cliff over by the top racks, not too unusual, but, you know, the one in the jungle, a little off-center of where they normally place, but still gives really good vision as well. So they kind of can just see all of MVP's movements.
Yeah, okay. Well, Jarex is done for sure. Rocket not going to catch. Whoa, he goes down. CTY going to pick up that kill. That all started, of course, with Lamb scouting him out. Gets the quick pick. Jarex just a little too far from home, trying to establish some extra vision for his team. Does get the obs down, but might have been scouted.
Possibly. His movement seemed pretty good and pretty believable, so I think he's going to get away with that one. But maybe not the place he wanted it to be. A little deeper might have been better to spot if EHOME's farming or not. But they definitely need to start getting some more kills. Phantom Lancer's just farming their jungle, and they're slowly gonna get outplayed basically from farm alone. Heen alone has treads, magic wand, a medallion of courage. You really need more than this on Alina to be high impact. The medallion's great for them to go high ground because they can give armor to the Shadow Fiend.
Oh my god, they just rushed right in for Sunbee, and he can't even make it out. The second he sees PL, he's like, I gotta go, and he just fires off his TP, but that rush capability, PL gets in there and gets him down before the TP can even happen.
And the only solution to that is armor, basically. You can't get a Ghost Scepter because he can just use Diffusal Blades. So now it's to the point where PL is just out of control entirely, and it's going to be very hard for MVP HOT6 not to get picked off like this.
That or, like, I don't know, get a Glimmer Cape and hope that he doesn't have detection. But yeah, mid lane, Blood right, not going to really connect. RTK moves in. He is caught in a death trap with the Death Ward even coming out from Lanham is going to secure that kill. Forev is going to be forced to pop his BKB as ZYF goes on to pursuit. He even kicks him in the butt on the way. Get the hell out of here. And Forev, a BKB just for a defensive retreat. Not where you want to be here. It looks like EHOME are advancing into this mid lane, looking to clear out this racks they had started previously, and it looks like they will go down Purge. Not looking so good for the HOT6 boys. Could end up going down 0-2 in this series. EHOME hoping to walk away with a big 3-point boost.
Creep waves are being defended a bit, and there's Blood right as well, silenced at C2I.
Lift on the illusion as well, not going to be good enough.
They almost ulted that, but they realized, oh, that one's not real. We probably shouldn't ult for this. Chasing this is very difficult as well. They're missing some key ultimates, so they maybe could get a kill here. But again, MVP doesn't really sense the blood that maybe they should. I feel like after you can see PL went back at least. He VOT'd at the top lane almost instantly, so you maybe could have caught one there. 5v4 is a fight that you kind of have to take when you're behind, because at least that gold advantage of the 5th hero is not there. Yeah,
I mean, it's just getting closer and closer to that do-or-die time. And there's got to be some sort of window of opportunity that hops out here to HOT6 that they could try to jump through and take advantage of, but EHOME are certainly not making it easy here. Their itemization continues, and that's going to make things even more difficult for HOT6. You're looking at ROTK now with a Lotus Orb. That could be a bit difficult, and, well, Lena better be careful with that Liquid Blade.
And Zeus as well. Zeus is very single target based.
Yes,
so
you're right.
Sunby opts for the Ghost Scepter, so it's a decent choice against Razor, good against Wish to ulti, but against PL it's going to do very, very little.
So TY moves in, sees Forev tries to go toe-to-toe with him. Here comes ROTK jumping in from the north with a big hook shot. He's going to eat the Laguna Blade here, gets to help him the grave, and now it's going to be HOT6 on the run. ROTK is still good, eating lots of damage from the rupture. He's going to get glimmered and healed. He is still freaking good. Look at him. Now he goes down. He spends his own life just to get that kill finally. MVP in a bad position. Look at him run here. MP gonna be able to TP away.
Damage.
No, gets caught with the coconut. Lanham gonna hold him in place. He's gonna try to run here. Oh, if GDC and company get close enough, they can slow him down. CYF has a purge ready for him. If he can get there, CTY on the prowl. Doppelganger, they got him. That's going to be Diffusal. He's going to have to BKB it off, but they are walking him back to base with the leash of CTY. And he is just defeated as he has to head all the way back. Now won't have a BKB. It even forces out the buyback from Heen, which he probably was going to have to do regardless, because I imagine EHOME are going to want to follow it up. If not with a push into the base, they're going to step back and try to go for a Roche, which is still down.
Yeah, man, they started the fight off so well, but this is just showing Dazzle power. The Grave, it took forever. They had to commit to kill, and once they got one kill, they said, time to run, and they still cleaned them up on the escape. So, I was like, why does PL have 800 movement speed? Apparently when you Phantom Rush, you run 800 movement speed. That makes a lot of sense. He's close to his next item, whether that's going to be an Abyssal Blade. It's going to be a Heart, opting for the Heart build. Gives him very good sieging power, basically, good against heroes like Zeus, because his HP will always be high. If it goes low, you know, Bloodseeker runs fast, so it's good to keep your HP up.
We'll
they're going to find him.
Oh, they're going to move on through. Do they get the quick catch? No, that slippery little PL is already on the other side of the river and long gone. ZYF not going to get cut off that easy, but look at the rest of his team. They're going to pinch him from behind. Big Thunder Gun's going to scout him out. ROTK going to miss the hook. Forced even while ruptured. Gets a BKB, but he will go down. MP gets up a big Requiem, but now he's in trouble as he gets his damage sapped away from CTY. Turns his attention to Forev, who's looking to sprint away, but he's going to be able to make it out. Big Laguna on a DDC, who's going to get saved from the grave, but he not so lucky. He goes down thereafter. Ends up being a 2-for-1 split advantage for EHOME. Here comes ZYF. He's looking to get the catch on to Sunby. Sunby, good force, makes it into the high ground. ZYF, look at him. He is still on the frickin' chase. Now that he gets into the base, he's like, we'll go for the next best option, top lane, which already has the creep wave pushed in. Look at this desperate Jerix. He's trying to cut the wave here, using the stolen plasma field even to try to slow them down if possible on his way to buy a TP, but I don't think it's going to help Purge. Tier 3 already goes down, and the Raxes are exposed.
Somebody's got the bonus damage, putting some hits on CTY, but his Blacking Bar is still on cooldown for 15 seconds, but once it's up, they just don't have any solution against BKBs on their team. One of the really big downsides to the lineup. If you rupture somebody and they don't move, that's a lot of Bloodseekers damage, and Shadow Fiend building a lot of utility, survivability items. Maybe the SNY was the wrong build here. It's very, very common lately to go for that hybrid HP damage item, but wonder if damage was the better pick rather than spending it on the utility. I'm not quite sure.
Well, after EHOME gets some pressure onto the top of the HOT6 base, they know Roche has got to be up by now, so double back, and they're gonna wrestle with the big boy right now, and that will secure the Aegis and the benefit of having that extra life for your next committed push, which I know EHOME hope will be the final push, the final hurrah to close out this series. Not if anything HOT6 to say about it. They really want to stand strong here. They got to hope for one hell of a home run T-fight at this point.
Yeah, they have the possibility. Their burst damage is very, very high, but it's going to have to be somebody out of position or something like that. They got ROTK really fast in the last team fight, but then their damage really ramped off as they used their skills, so he might get hooked here. ROTK looking. He's got level 2 hook.
He's thinking about it. Rocket's up now if he wants to scout it out first. There he shoots it. No follow-up yet. He's waiting. He's waiting. Ooh, he's figuring it out twice now.
Sunby dying to 3 illusions, going down to 40% HP.
Yeah, he's got to go all the way back to base. I mean, having that blood rouge on him and taking damage will not help, but EHOME playing it slow right now. Still not looking to overcommit quite yet. They're actually picking out the top lane here. I don't know if they're hoping that they push it out, but they're still waiting. They sidestep the blood right. They're giving respect to HOT6.
ROTK is jungling by himself, far away from the fight. So I think he said, you know what, I don't think we're going to force this just yet. Wait for Roshan. Oh, don't they already have Aegis?
Yep.
Okay, they do have Aegis. I don't know why they're not just going for it.
They pinged out the top lane as if maybe they wanted to wait for that to push, but at the rate it's going, it's more for the favor of HOT6, so someone's got to get up there to slow it down. It looks like it is going to be PL. So he can push this down and then eventually TP to the bottom or wherever. Just this waiting game right now for EHOME. This has got to be transparent, though, to HOT6. They have to know that's coming and what the game plan is for EHOME. It's a matter of being able to use that to your benefit and try to make a huge comeback play with it. I don't know if they can, though. It's going to be very difficult.
Yeah, the lanes are just collapsing right now. He's going to TP the bot lane after this last creep wave dies. Maybe he'll even do the split play. Like, it's already hard enough for MVP HOT6 to win a team fight, so do the slow play on the bottom, let him pressure top, and then just collapse from all sides and force them to take a 3v3 or a 3v2 team fight.
And they're doing their best to try to keep this bottom push at bay. Blood Rights, Shadow Fiend moving in, getting a couple of raises, but then he gets scared back from a static link.
Oop, they're going for PL. They get to initiate on him. Here comes Rupture. Oh no, Rupture, Great Manta.
Oh, he's not going to happen here. Ferev's going to be forced to go into BKB. Doppelganger to the other side, and ZYF, he's going to happily TP elsewhere. Is he heading bottom lane? He certainly is. Back inside, now he has a Rupture. ROTK, though, gets a good move in. MP not going to get bumped back as he pulls out the BKB. Huge Requiem damage onto ROTK, but it's not going to be enough. MP eating a huge assault. Coming out from the eye of the storm of CTY. He's going to be going down 80 seconds, no buyback. And it looks like EHOME are going to be clearing out the final set of racks right here. Well, technically not the final, but the racks that are on the bottom, and it could be the final hurrah here.
Will they even get CTY?
Boom, Coconut is going to lock both Ferev and Sunbury inside their fountain. That's got to be frustrating as hell. Jarex is like, I'll wait for that to expire before I walk in. He's also going to be forced to go back to the benches. But the damage in their base is just going all wrong south real quick. EHOME, it looks like it's going to be a 2-0 sweep for them, Purge, and 3 points are just soon to be in their pocket.
Really rough group stage for them, having trouble taking any games off their opponents, but they're so close to winning these games, but they're just crumbling during some of these long team fights here. And good game is called, and MVP HOT6 signs out again. Only one win for them.
I do believe they have at least 2 more series to play. Maybe if they could shut out both of those 2-0, they could be in contention for a tiebreaker spot on an upper bracket, but that is just, that's theory crafting out of my ears right now.
Yeah, I mean, they're a whole 3 points behind the next closest, which according to my standings from 2 hours ago is Newbie. So Newbie at 4 points with 5 games, so they're awfully far behind. It's going to be tough for them to get below, or to